looks like Devin Cooley made the save, but didn't know where the puck was and just squeaks by him. Not a great start for a guy who wants to get off to a really good one.
Barry Kapanen, the son of Sammy, who played 12 seasons in the NHL with the Whalers, Hurricanes, and Flyers, so good bloodlines there. Oilers dump it in. Cooley with some trouble handling that puck, has to retreat back into the blue paint as the Flames will knock it out to the neutral zone. Zeri will chip it in. Coleman will chase it. He's beaten that loose puck by Atro Lepinen. Very knocked down is Gritton, and now Cicek. Bounce it off the end boards to Rasmus Andersson. They bounce it off the rear end of Curtis Lazar and over to Cicek, who stops up. Cicek spots the puck in behind the Oilers net, looking for Kadri in the far corner and gets by him, but is held in by Andersson. There's that game-opening goal.
Isaac Howard at 2:38. Kapanen from Howard at 2:38.
And it's 1-0 Oilers as we approach the 4-minute mark of the first. Oilers come in, Kulak winding and firing right into the gut of the goaltender Cooley, and he'll hold on.
Well, something Ryan Huska and a lot of the players have talked about is, treating the preseason and game number one just like it's the very first game of the season. And we've all seen their schedule to start off with. It is not an easy one, but really using these games in the preseason to make sure that they're ready to go come the season opener.
Remember, the Flames had a really good preseason in 2024, and that led to a strong start to the regular season, hoping for much of the same in 2025. And Mickey mentioned the schedule. 9 of 12 in October against playoff teams from a season ago. So it's going to be important to get off to a good start, but maybe tough to do that. We'll see. Picked up by Justin Kirkland. Great to see him back and healthy again. Sam Honzek, the story of last season's preseason, gets pulled over in the neutral zone, and the puck gets dumped in by Bo Akey. Mackenzie Weegar cleared up the near boards and out. Honzek put on 15 pounds during the offseason. We'll dump it in from center, and Morton will get in there on the forecheck. Morton all over, lap it into the far corner. Lepinen's able to get rid of the puck, though. The Oilers will clear it out. And now Hudson bats it up the left wing side. Trying to bust in behind the net is Jaden Group. Calgary native playing in front of family and friends tonight. Group gets hit, knocked off the puck. Good play there by Perret. Morton fire a pass across to Sunia. He'll bounce it off Lepinen's stick and into the far corner. Lepinen leaves it in behind the net for veteran Josh Brown. There's it up the near boards, not out. Being able to hold the puck in left point with some help from Basham. Ends up bouncing by Suniev in the high slot. The Oilers will clear it out to center. Here's Sam Morton. 20 goals and 45 points in 70 games with the Wranglers for him last season. And a guy who I think will push for that fourth line center spot. Doesn't look like it's open right now, but you never know what's going to transpire during training camp in the preseason.
Well, he helped his cause.
Deep by Yarventi. Cicek moving into the far corner to Coleman. Coleman bumped off the puck by Phil, protects it and drops it. Now Anderson slides it near side to Cicek. Cicek dodges a check from Jones and gives the puck to his captain. And now the Oilers making a change. Backlund will back it up, and the Flames will follow suit. Anderson ahead to Matt Coronado coming off a career year, and he'll give it to Nazem Kadri. Kadri up the left wing side, centers. Coronado dangles in front and is denied by Janssen. A beautiful forehand to backhand move. That red light stayed off.
A great chance for Matt Coronado, and like you said, goes forehand to backhand. A beautiful feed from Kadri out of the corner, and if Coronado could have just gotten that puck up a little bit off the ice, hard to do when you're that in tight, but a great opportunity for Coronado.
Last season, he finished third on the team in goals with 24 and tied for third on the team in points with 47, both career highs, and he was rewarded. Pending RFA, signed a 7-year, $45.5 million extension on May 3rd, and that $6.5 million average annual value, if he scores 30 or 40 goals for the next 7 years, is going to look like a really good deal for the Flames, I can tell you that. We'll take a break with 13:22 to play in the first. Edmonton out shooting Calgary 4-3, and it's the Oilers 1 and the Flames nothing. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet app, and also streaming on CalgaryFlames.com and the Flames app.
The Fan.
13:15 to play in the first period. The Oilers out in front of the Flames, 1-0 in this preseason opener. Flames get it in deep. Kadri in there on the forecheck, can't grab it. Hanley sneaks in and picks the puck up and plays it into the far corner to Gridden. Gridden takes a hard hit, drops the puck. Kadri, right point to Weegar with a shot through some traffic, gobbled up by the goaltender Janssen, and he'll hold on.
Well, for the best seats to the biggest games with priority access, and for the best way to get guaranteed seats at Scotia Place, join the Sea of Red with a Calgary Flames season ticket membership. For more information, visit calgaryflames.com/tickets.
Stop coming up to Janssen's left. Justin Kirkland in his 10th pro season and 5th with the Flames organization. Signed a 1-year, $900,000 extension on June 23rd. And what a story he's been. He's battled injuries for a good chunk of his career, but he was the Flames nominee for the Bill Masterson Memorial Trophy, awarded to the player who exemplifies perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey. That award won, by the way, by former Flame and current Blue Jacket Sean Monahan. Here's a shot by Honzak high and wide of the Oilers' net. Now Strongram gives it to Perek. Bounces it off a skate into the far corner to Honzak. It goes down low to Kirkland. The play at right point to Perek. Perek dangling is his pocket pick, but good backtrack as he loses his stick to Hudson. Hudson in. Perek falls now. Hudson shoots, and Cooley makes a good right shoulder save. Zane Perek fighting it on this shift. Still without his stick. Flames, though, will clear the puck out. They'll trickle deep in Oilers territory. And Zane Perek will have to learn, and hopefully not the hard way all that often, that he's not going to get away with some of the stuff that he got away with in junior at this level. Oilers will bring it in. G-check, the body check along the end boards on David Lewandowski. Squirts up the far side. Suniev hit by Connor Clattenburg, who was racking up the penalty minutes during those next-gen games. And up the right wing side, Ty Emberson, a shot stop, rebound, and it's picked up and cleared out of harm's way by Suniev, and he'll knock it out to the neutral zone ahead to Morton. Morton drops to Basha, and the Calgary kid will backhand it in as Flames turn to make a change, and as Kulak move it up the far boards, slid across the ice, and here comes Emberson to center. Bump it into the red line. Weegar goes back to get it. Leaves it for his partner, Hanley. Works it left wing side to Coleman. It makes a quick pass ahead to Weegar. He'll slip it left wing side to Backlund. Backlund across the ice over to Hanley. Hanley, far corner to Zeri, but his centering pass misses Coleman. The puck is held in by Weegar, though, and now Weegar tries to find Coleman on the high slot, but it bounces over the blade of his stick, and Kulak will clear it to the Flames' blue line. Hanley picks up the loose puck, turns away from the forechecking Jones, protects it, now gets turned in the right direction. Hanley crosses the red line and dumps it in. Coronado goes racing in there with a forecheck. Zeri as well. Zeri battling in the far corner with Leppinen. His puck squirts free and is cleared down the ice by Jones. Bean back to get it. He'll score Kapanen in hot pursuit of him. As Bean gives it to Perek. He'll bounce up the far boards ahead to Kadri. Kadri in the far corner tries a move and is stopped by Janssen. A sharp angle shot by Nazem Kadri, who kind of made something out of nothing there, Mick.
Well, it was a nifty little move, comes right off the goal line, goes backhand to forehand. A good opportunity from what can be a tough angle for goaltenders.
Pops out in front of the Flames net. Oilers, Lazar will hold it in. Turn to the left point. Protected from Kadri. And he tries to give it to Howard. That pass bounces off his skate and up the far boards to Coronado, who takes it to center, gets held up by Kapanen, but still manages to move the puck in, and that'll allow both teams to make a change. Howard will skip the puck into Flames territory, and Anderson will go back to get it. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. Hard to believe Rasmus Anderson is now in his 10th professional season. Of course, all with the Flames organization, but is a pending UFA in the final season of a 6-year, $27.3 million contract. And Mick, that 4.55 AAV looked good when he signed it. It looks really good now.
Yeah, and going into this season, I mean, I think it's no secret he's going to need to play well, whether he wants to stay with the Flames or not.
He desperately wants to play for his country at the 2026 Winter Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be motivation, as will the big contract that he's going to get from a team, whether that be the Flames or one of the other 31 teams before the start of next season. Here's Leppinen to the red line. Gets by Basha and dumps it in. Puck rims around and up the near board. Suniav tries to clear but can't. Emberson whips one towards the net, but Hanley knocks it down, and now Weegar picks it up and saucers it out to center to Suniav, who makes a short pass to Hanley and tries to feed Basha, who gets all tangled up with Plattenberg and goes down in a heap. As Emberson find Plattenberg, and he'll skate it out to center ice. Just past the 11-minute mark of the opening period. As Cooley gets his glove on the puck and holds it. And the reason it's 1-0 Oilers is because Cooley got his glove on the puck and didn't hold it tight enough on the game's opening goal by Kapanen, which was scored 2:38 in. We'll take a break with a little bit less than 9 minutes to play in the opening period. Pretty good pace to get the preseason going. The Oilers leading the Flames in this preseason battle of Alberta, 1-0. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet and Flames app and on CalgaryFlames.com.
For their home opener against the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Single game tickets are also now available for the entire season at CalgaryWranglers.com/tickets.
You don't even know. I can make your hands clap.
Visit ShaneHolmes.com. Shane Holmes, the better way to build.
Here at Scotiabank Saddledome, it's the Oilers 1 and the Flames 0 up at Rogers Place with 8:08 to play in the opening period. Flames and the Oilers scoreless in that battle of Alberta. As usual split squad games to start the preseason for Calgary and Edmonton. And the Oilers out to center, led by Roby Arventi. Busts through. Philp trying to poke the puck to the net, but he knocks it wide. Arventi, dig it free, loses it to Hanley. Can't clear it out as Philp holds it in for the Oilers. Lays it right point, Aiken. Across the line to Kulak with a shot off a leg. It bounces around in front. Right to Philp, who shoots and is stopped by Cooley. His best save so far tonight. Now Kulak will get it in deep again. Jones thumped by Uyghur along the end boards as Hanley. It's a battle with Philp. Chops it out in front to Zary, and he'll lug it across his blue line. Now the red line. And bounce it right in on Janssen. I'm not sure if the ice is bad, but we've seen some weird hops here in the first period. It's unseasonably warm out, so maybe the ice isn't great here at the Dome on this Sunday evening. Lazar in for the Oilers. He'll bank it off the end boards and into the far corner as Kapanen goes down in front of the Flames net. Puck gets cleared out. Here comes Parak across center. Parak scored his first NHL goal in his first NHL game. The Flames 5-1 victory over the Kings at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles in Game 82 last season. Able to make the Flames and stay with the Flames. A strong training camp and preseason. I certainly have them penciled in. Some have them penned in. And I think we're about to see Zane Parekh as Curtis Lazar makes his way to the Oilers' penalty box. The Flames, down one on the scoreboard, are going to be up one on the ice and heading to the game's first power play.
Well, he was very impressive in Game 82. I thought he did a really nice job of balancing that offensive skill set that he has while not compromising his defensive game. I thought he was more physical. His board battles were better, net front as well. But there's no doubt that a big role for him moving forward on this team is going to be on the power play.
And he's out there paired with Rasmus Anderson. Flames with the offensive zone drop. Parekh, top of the far circle to Suniev, top of the near circle Anderson, up top to Parekh, and now back to Anderson near half boards. Backlund and Coleman out there in the PP as well as Parekh gives it to Anderson, who winds and fires a shot blocked by Kulak, but it ricochets right to Parekh, who plays the puck to Suniev. Suniev through seam and up the near side to Anderson. Kulak knocks it away from him, not out. Parekh holds it in and gives it to Coleman. Coleman back to the left point. They'll drop it off to Parekh. Parekh stick handles in and shoots over top of the Oilers net and over the glass and out of play. And I know it's a one-game sample size, but I did ask Ryan Huska this morning about Zane Parekh and the role he's going to play on this power play. What did the Flames head coach have to say?
You might have to refresh my memory there.
Well, basically talked about how he moves across the blue line.
Oh, yeah.
And how that is going to open up some shooting lanes for the guy he's paired with on this power play in Rasmus Anderson.
Yeah, and for me, it's his footwork coupled with his deception. He draws defenders towards him, and then you don't know if he's going to pass or if he's going to shoot, and that's very dangerous.
Here's Zary, near half boards. Tries to play it back to the blue line to Uyghur, quarterbacking this power play unit, but the puck comes out, and Kadri will grab it. Back it up to Uyghurs. Uyghur will skid it across his blue line and bump it back to Zary. I think the Flames really missed Connor Zary with zone entries in the power play when he was out last season, Mick.
Yeah, that's one thing he does really well is those, I think, zone exits and zone entries when he has the puck. And what I hope to see is that he still has the courage to cut to the middle of the ice, make plays, just as he did before he got hurt last year.
Kadri will dump the puck into the Oilers zone. Back to get it is Brown, who tries to clear it but can't. A second chance to clear the zone, and this time he succeeds. Oilers start to switch up their penalty killers with 30 seconds remaining in this Flames power play, and now just under 6 minutes to go in the first, with Edmonton leading here in Calgary 1-0. It's Kadri, and up the right wing side, he stops, and now drops to Parekh. Puck goes right between his legs. Parek's able to hold it in though and return it to Kadri, but his pass back to Parekh comes out, and the Flames will have to regroup in the neutral zone. Backlund back into the Oilers zone. Backlund up the middle of Parekh. Parekh has his pocket picked by Philp. The puck's bouncing around like a rubber ball, and Kulak's able to corral it, and the former Flame will dump it down the ice as the Lazar penalty comes to an end. Don't really expect teams to look all that sharp on either side of special teams at this stage of the preseason, Mick.
No, the only time that the Flames have spent working on their power play was this morning in pregame skate.
Got to start somewhere.
Yep.
Puck loose just inside of the Flames' blue line. Hanley takes a hit from Grube. Oilers will get it in deep. Uyghur will take over for the Flames. Uyghur, coming off an outstanding season, gives the puck to Kirkland. Kirkland will dump it in. And into the far quarter to Stromgren. Stromgren protects the puck and plays it right point to Bean, who fumbles it, and Flames end up going offside. We'll take a break with 4:42 to play in the opening period. Kasperi Kapanen has his first of the preseason from Isaac Howard and Brett Kulak. That goal 2:38 in as the Oilers in front of the Flames 1-0. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet and Flames app and on CalgaryFlames.com.
On the glass. Scan the QR code on the Sportsnet scoreboard now for your chance to win glass seats to our final preseason home game on Friday, October 3rd versus the Winnipeg Jets. Don't wait. Enter now.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. My music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me. What am I to run and do like it feels good when you know you're down. A super homeboy from the Oak Town, and I'm known as such, and this is beat you can't touch. I told you, homeboy, you can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we living, and you know, can't touch this. Look in my eyes, man, you can't touch this. Yo, let me bust the funky lyrics.
Well, fire up the winnings with the Flames Foundation 50-50. This season, you'll have more chances to win than ever. Purchase your ticket package, and you'll receive one lucky number for multiple chances to win the big jackpot. Get 10 chances for $10, 100 chances for $25, 400 chances for $50, 1,000 chances for $100, and 2,400 chances for $500 or for $120.
Good deal.
That's a mouthful. Yeah, wow. To purchase your tickets and support the important work being done in our community by the Flames Foundation, visit 5050flames.com.
Congratulations to Candace Gowdy and everybody that works with the Flames Foundation. Had their Calgary Flames Celebrity Charity Golf Classic a couple of weeks ago, and in the span of 2 days, raised $415,000. Just incredible. Here's being that point across the line to Perek. Protects the puck from Howard. Shovels it behind the Oilers. Picked up by Lazar. And he'll bounce it off Kapanen and out. Perek quickly back to get it. Trying to protect it from Howard, who's all over him on the forecheck and now trips him up. We've got a penalty call coming up against the Oilers. Is Howard, who wasn't particularly impressive in those two next-gen games, I'm sure is trying to get off to a good start in the preseason, but not a great start, as he will make his way to the penalty box, and the Flames will head to their second Homes by Abbey power play of the period.
No, I didn't think Howard was very impressive either, but just sort of taking those games with a grain of salt. But these games are no doubt huge for him. But Zane Perek on that play, going back to get the puck, you can see the composure that he has, even under pressure and stress. Does a nice job of keeping his feet moving to draw a penalty.
Face off building up to Jansson's right. Kadri between Coronado and Gridden lined up front. Zuri's the fourth forward out there. And Uyghur's the only defenseman and will quarterback what I'll call the Flames' first power play unit, at least in this preseason game. Uyghur bumps it back to Coronado, makes a short pass to Zuri, who gives it right back to Coronado. Weaves his way in and loses it. Zuri finds it, though, and taps it back to Uyghur, who plays it top of the far circle to Kadri. Kadri to Uyghur, and now near side to Gridden. They'll move it down low to Coronado, who turns up the near boards, to the top of the near circle, backs up towards the blue line. Coronado off a stick, in behind the net to Zuri, who bats it right back to Coronado. Coronado being checked by Philp, who loses his stick. And a four-man fight for the puck in the near corner. Gridden will swat it back to the left point to Uyghur, walks to the middle. Uyghur shoots off a body and just wide of the Oilers' net as Zuri gets knocked down in front. Puck bounces in behind Jansson's net, and scooping it up is Josh Szymanski. He'll clear it down the ice as both teams start to change with just under a minute remaining in the Howard penalty. 3 minutes to play in the opening period here at Scotiabank Saddledome. We're on a goal by Kasperi Kapanen. It's the Oilers 1 and the Flames nothing. Stromgren in, turns into the near corner, and plays a left point to Perek. Perek is going to be a handful with the Flames on the power play. He'll back it up to Anderson. Anderson walks the line to the right point, moves it far quarter to Suniev. Suniev back to Anderson. Top of the near circle, Perek with a one-touch pass to Backlund, but it gets checked by Lazar, and Kapanen will pick up the loose puck and dump it down the ice again. Perek will start the breakout, swing it up the near side to Stromgren. Slides across the Oilers' blue line, dodges the check from Brown and gets it in deep. Backlund trying to get to it, can't. And now Brown will make a nifty pass over to Groove, and he'll fire it down the ice right in on Cooley, who looked a little shaky making that stick save. As the Oilers have killed off the penalty. Flames 0 for 2 on the home Spivey power play and still trailing 1-0 in this preseason Battle of Alberta. And they shoots it in from center. Suniev, and there with a forecheck along with Coleman and Kirkland. Out forward and behind the Oilers net. Cleared up the far boards by Jones, but not out. Coleman trying to keep it in. He's squirting up the near side. And now here's Akey. Off the glass and out. Cheechek tries to give it to Coleman. Hudson picks off that pass. Hudson stick handles in and shoots. Cooley the save. Rebound, and it's chopped wide of the net by Pitlick. Back to the right point. Here's Akey. Across the line, and now a shot from the left point goes wide off the stick of Lepinen. Atro Lepinen is an interesting prospect. Undrafted, now in his 7th pro season, first in North America. The defenseman won the Golden Helmet. Led Liga with 63 points, most points by a defenseman in a season in league history.
Yeah, that's something else. And reportedly out of the scrimmage, the Oilers scrimmage yesterday, he was a real standout in that one.
There's Morton with a slap shot fought off by Janssen. The final 60 seconds of the opening period here at the Dome. There's Weegar. The left wing side to Hanzek. Fumbles the puck. Lazar recovers it and slides it ahead to Howard, who steps in and shoots wide of Cooley's net. 40 seconds to play in the first now. Basha will send it out to center. Morton settles down the bouncing puck, but is forced to turn back. Deliver a pass to Bean, who moves it a rink wide to Basha, and he'll backhand it in as the Flames start to change. Emberson will clear it up the near boards. Kapanen, who's got the game's only goal, drops it. Gets it back from Emberson. Steps by Coronado and bounces it off of Howard's stick right in on Cooley. And with Lazar heading towards his net, the Flames goaltender wisely freezes the puck for a face-off with just under 15 seconds to play in this first period.
Well, it's interesting. We talked about Ryan Huska and, not really focusing on structure and systems, wanting the team to play free and hard. And head coach Chris Knobloch said pretty much the opposite of the Oilers, that they're really using this preseason and these games specifically to dial in their systems. And you're balancing evaluation, of course, but that he's switching that evaluation to the more tactical side at this point. So complete opposite.
There's a shot by Gritton off a stick, up over the glass and out of play. Edmonton out shooting Calgary 8-7. The Oilers lead on a goal by Kasperi Kapanen. I think one that is safe to say Devin Cooley would like to have back. Flames have had a couple of opportunities to tie the game on the power play, but despite a couple of good looks, haven't been able to put the puck past Sam Janssen. Face-off coming up to his left. Coronado will take this one against Lazar. Falls on the puck. Gritton grabs it and shoots it. Shot gets knocked down, and the horn sounds to signal the end of the opening period here at Scotiabank Saddledome, where, again, on the goal by Kasperi Kapanen from Isaac Howard and Brett Kulak at 2:38. It's the Oilers 1 and the Flames nothing through 20 minutes tonight.
No, despite being down 1-0, I mean, not a bad start by any means. And, as players, the first period, first game of the season, it's always nice to just get out there, get some puck touches and try.
Hi, friends. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the game and glad to do this. I know some people can't see the game, and I see Murray Phillips is in chat. Are you Maceo Phillips' dad or brother? Just wondering. Welcome to the stream, Murray. And Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Thanks for the note earlier. Good to see you all. We've got 63 people watching in chat now. Wonderful. Great to see you all. I'm going to mute most of the period breaks just because I got copyright strikes for the music last time I did this, so I'll be muting it just so you guys are aware of that.
time around.
I love that Ezra was just taking it all in. I love it. All right, they both scored. We're going to see who gets there first. Campbell going for the, they're both going for the corners. All right, our second shot's coming up here. I love that you guys both have Kipper jerseys on. Love that. Okay, we'll see where they go. Oh, he's going in the middle. We'll see if the strategy pays off. I don't know. All right, oh, Campbell buried another one. Ezra, you got to hustle, buddy. And Campbell is better than Ezra. Congratulations, Campbell. Great job winning Calgary Flames tic-tac-toe. Ezra's taking it very well, as you can see. But you guys have both won Calgary Flames prize packs. Congratulations. Thanks for playing Calgary Flames giant tic-tac-toe.
You don't wanna see me dancing with some. Don't start caring.
Battles start to turn toward different oppositions. The Flames begin their first of 8 preseason games on Sunday against the Edmonton Oilers in a split squad affair. And welcome back inside the Scotiabank Saddledome on day number 3 of Calgary Flames training camp. Now, usually training camp is the biggest grind for players. Long days, hard skates, getting back into the swing of things at the NHL level. But for one player in particular, that grind is welcomed. Justin Kirkland couldn't be happier to be back in formal skates with all of his teammates. Now 9 months removed, to just a little bit over, since his season-ending ACL surgery that stopped his feel-good season short 1 year ago. But after a long summer of rehab and, of course, skating by himself or in some cases small groups, this is what he has been waiting for. The knee feels good, and he's looking forward to the opportunity in camp to pick up right where he left off 1 year ago.
It's nice to be back out there with the guys in a fully structured practice, out there with the coaches and stuff. So I think the biggest thing I'm most happy about is being around everyone again. And he's feeling good on the ice. So yeah, excited for the game to start.
I know you've been skating, and I know you've been skating with guys, but how long have you been thinking about just being with a full practice like this and kind of in that context?
About 10 months, the day after surgery, probably. Yeah, it's been a long time, a lot of waiting around for this. So it's an exciting time of the year.
Fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to put it, his injury happened very early in the season, and he had a lot of time to get surgery done, and then he was in every day recovering that. So he had the whole summer to get himself back skating and feeling good on the ice and in contact and in battle areas. So the worry about is it going to stand up okay in like conflict, like a one-on-one battle, that's all taken care of. So he's not there anymore. He's just feeling really good about where he's at. So we're really happy for him.
I guess you don't really know until that first day how it's going to feel with that intensity, the physicality and stuff like that, the pace. So after that first day, it was kind of reassuring that everything was feeling good.
What is your favorite thing about coming to a Calgary Wranglers game?
It's just so electric. The players play really hard, and it's just so fun to watch.
Just like the energy, pretty much. Just the environment is really nice.
Yeah, the community, we're all just like having fun. It's a really great vibe.
Spots Honzek, it scores! It's a beauty! Oh, Parker Bell rings a bell! It's his first professional goal! Hunter Brustevich! It's William Stromgren, the kid is hot!
You get to see what the future Flames are going to look like.
Ahead, Adam Klapka! Oh, yes!
Rebound, Klapka scores!
Zeri shoots and scores!
Now Zeri shoots and scores! Coronado scores! And is robbed by Wolf. Hammered along the end boards by Solovyov.
Tom Kuznetsov gets his first shift in the NHL.
This is a great play by Rory Cairns.
Rory Cairns makes his Flames debut, and it all started here.
It's okay, I'm okay. Let him in the first place. It's okay, I'm okay. It's okay, I'm okay. I don't really gotta say. It's okay. You can have him.
Really nice to see you all. Yeah, that's my Squidward. He's my 6-month-old pup. He's a cross between a Shiba Inu, Chihuahua, Jack Russell, and Min Pin, and he's really quite a great little guy. And then I got another dog. He's a cross between a Cairn Terrier and a Chinese Crested, and his name's El Chupacabra because he's so scary. Not. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here. This is a good thing. What have we got here? .46 watching right now. Dropped down a little bit from the period break, but I think we'll get some more people back. Yeah.
Love you, buddy. Okay. There you go. I love my babies, you guys. And I got a big Maine Coon cat. She's 20 pounds, and she's the only lady in our house. So she's officially mama. Oh, Gradine got a goal? Yeah, I hope so. Or are you saying he will get his first goal tonight? That'd be sweet. BC boy, welcome. Okay, I'm going to... Looks like the teams are coming back on, so I'm going to mute myself and get full screen again, you guys. And let's go.
Hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Oilers' Kasperi Kapanen has the game's only goal, a weird one on Flames goaltender Devin Cooley. And through 20 minutes in this preseason Battle of Alberta, it is Edmonton 1 and Calgary nothing. Derek Wills alongside Megan Mickelson. Mick, your thoughts on the opening 20 minutes tonight?
Well, I kind of touched on it at the end of the first, but, just the fact that I wouldn't put too much stock into that first period for anyone at all as a player when you haven't played in 5 months. You just want to get a period under your belt. But now the key is to, once you have that behind you, to start building.
Well, in the second period, the Flames with their home red jerseys on will move from left to right on your radios. The Oilers with their road whites from right to left. Lepinen tops the puck up, and Howard's there to pick it up. He'll skid it to center and move it right wing side to Jones, who gets hit by Cicak as the puck deflects in behind the Flames net. Venti overskates it, ends up squirting free for Coleman. We'll drop it off to Cicak. Slips it ahead to the captain, Backlund. Backlund glides in, throws it out in front, looking for Cicak, who walked through the back door, and pass didn't work, but the Flames do draw a penalty on the play.
Well, I was really curious to watch this Flames penalty kill. Ryan Huska mentioned this morning that it's sort of a hybrid. It's aggressive and plays a diamond in zone, which is a more passive style. But certainly in that first 45 seconds, what we saw was very aggressive pressure up ice, on entry aggressive as well. And then obviously not shy for a defenseman and Nick Cicak to jump up in the rush. And it's a nice little dish from Michael Backlund over to Cicak, who is driving the net on the far side, draws a penalty.
Minute 17 remaining in a Nas and Kadri penalty that carried over from the first period. And when that's over and done with, the Flames will head to their third Homes by Abbey power play of the hockey game. Oilers with the defensive zone draw. Ty Emberson, who went to your alma mater, University of Wisconsin, was captain of the Badgers in his junior season. A guy who has become a full-time NHLer over the last couple of years, a season with the Sharks and spent last season with the Oilers. Weegar across the red line, and now the Oilers blue line. Cut across to the right point and drop it off to Hanley. Hanley steps in and shoots. Puck gets knocked down by Janssen, and the Oilers goaltender covers it up before Hanzek can get a stick on it.
Now, one thing the Flames have talked about, I talked to Mackenzie Weegar yesterday, and he talked about the defensemen being more active and jumping up in the rush more, activating the offensive zone. And here we see Joel Hanley. I mean, it's 4-on-4, so not 5-on-5 play, but just sort of that idea that you want the defenseman to be active in the offense. He certainly was there, and a good look.
Good scoring chance, 4-on-4 for number 44, whose plus 12 rating last season was second highest in the team, behind only the guy who he was partnered with for most of the season, Mackenzie Weegar, plus 18. Puck picked up by Akey, gives it to Stillman. Whip it across the ice, over to Philp. Puck bounces behind him, though, and now Martin will take over for the Flames. Plays it to Parak, who gives it back to Morton, returns the puck to Parak. This is pocket pick, though, as Philp will leave it in the near corner for Stillman. Flames able to hold the puck in. Anderson twisting, slides it into the far corner to Morton. They'll bat it back to the left point to Anderson. Anderson trying to return it to Morton, but hops by him, so we'll head to the Flames bench to change as the Oilers take over deep in their own territory. Szymanski trying to clear it out, can't. He gives it to Akey, and Akey will return the puck to Szymanski, who skates it up the left wing side to center and squeezes between Parak and Coronado before dumping the puck in as the Oilers start the change. Parak, a good pass ahead. Flames busting in Coronado, back to Parak, passes in his skates, though, and Kulak will clear the puck out to center. Nazar will leave it for Kapanen, the game's only goal, and will dump it in from center. Cooley looking around, will tee it up for Coronado. Flames in the power play now. 17 seconds left in the Lepinen penalty. Zeri across the Oilers' blue line. Work it up the left wing side to Coronado. Coronado, a short pass to Gridden with a shot. Booted away by Janssen. Nice left pad save by the Oilers' goaltender. There's Weegar. Here half boards to Kadri. In tight Zeri looking for Gridden in front. Good stick, though, by Emberson to break up that pass. And here comes Lazar the other way as Lepinen's out of the box. Lazar loses the puck to Kadri, and Oilers will make a change. Kadri kicks the puck to his stick, crosses the Oilers line. It gets stood up by Stillman. Puck's held in right point by Gridden, though. Rims it around. Coronado racing over to the left point. Can't keep it in. And Cicak Played up the right wing towards Anderson. He'll just dump it in from center. Back to the left point. Basha able to hold it in. Stick handles into the far corner. Tries to slide it down low as his pass block. Gets it back, and now tries to feed it in front to Suniev. That pass gets broken up as well, but Flames do hold it in at least for a moment as now Lewandowski takes over. And he'll give it to Groove, who's able to knock it out to the neutral zone. With 3.5 minutes into the second period here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary. Flames now shooting the Oilers 9-8, but it's still Edmonton 1 and Calgary nothing in this preseason Battle of Alberta. Here's Hudson, near side to Groove. Tries a shot blocked by Cicek. Oilers do hold it in right point as Saki will move it into the far corner, and chasing after it is Groove. Jaden Groove, a Calgary native, played in the Bow Valley Minor Hockey Association, AAA for the Calgary Bisons, Rangers, and Buffaloes, and he spent 4 seasons with the Red Deer Rebels, 3 as their captain. Homecoming for him tonight. Uppinen will take over behind his own net. Very slowly start this breakout. Bounces it up the near boards. His pass a bit too far for Rhett Pitlick. Lots of guys with good bloodlines playing in this game, Nick. Rhett Pitlick, his dad Lance, spent parts of 8 seasons in the NHL. His cousin Tyler, 10 seasons in the league. His brother Rem, 5 seasons as an NHLer.
He was, to me, an intriguing player in the second prospects game that we called here at the Saddledome. And I mean, he's 24 years old, but to me, he has a size kind of going against him, but a lot of skill and a lot of speed, too.
Flames with an offensive zone draw. Right point to Uyghur. Flip it in behind the Oilers' net. Stromgren using that big frame of his to try to win a battle along the end boards, and he does. Now he gets spun off the puck, but it's batted back to the right point. Here's Kirkland to Uyghur. Across. And now Hanzek will chop it in behind the Oilers' net. Stromgren picks the pocket of Lepinen. Turns into the near corner. Spins to his left. Stromgren tries to bank it off the end boards. His pass, though, is smartly intercepted by Akey, and Flames it back off the change as Lepinen gives it back to Akey. Runners will make a line change as well, or at least start to, as Lepinen. This is Garventi with a pass, and Hanley will take over in the Flame zone and work it right wing side to Uyghur. Uyghur clears it out. Lepinen shoots it right back in. We pass the 5-minute mark of the second period here at the Dome. Flames down 1. Runners on the attack looking for a 2-0 goal. Puck to the right point. Held in by Emberson. Emberson goes down low to Jones. Max Jones, former first-round pick of the Ducks. Look it back to the blue line. Kulak with a shot from the left point. Glove down by Uyghur and now picked up by Backlund, but he can't get it out. Either can Coleman. Uyghur gets it back, and this time he does send it out. And here comes Zeri across the Oilers line. Zeri to Backlund. Backlund centers it in front, but his pass is too far for both Zeri and Coleman to reach. And here come the Oilers the other way, led by Philp. Noah Philp, Canmore native. Get it in deep. The puck ends up squirting out. Here comes Kadri the other way. Across the Oilers blue line. Cut across it. Kadri backs in. Gives the puck to Zeri. There he gets checked by the goal scorer, Kapanen, though. And Howard will take over and slide the puck out to center ahead to Kapanen again. Kapanen with a shot. Knocked down. And now covered up briefly by Cooley, who tried to play the puck, but the whistle blew too quickly. So we'll take a timeout with 13:49 to play in the second period here at the Saddledome. On a first period goal by Kasperi Kapanen, it's still the Oilers 1 and the Flames nothing. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet app and the Flames app, and on CalgaryFlames.com.
Flames fans, we've got some amazing live acts coming to the Scotiabank Saddledome this fall. Warren Ziders Relapse, Lies, and Betrayal Tour featuring Dylan Marlowe. It's going to be here on Wednesday, September 24th. And here's the deal. We would like to send some lucky Flames fans to this show. So if you're in sections 217 to 18, you're in luck. Because the Steelhouse Triton Sea of Red Crew is armed with tickets to this amazing show. Get on your feet and make some noise.
Touch your toes, put your hands on body roll, dance it out, you're hot to go. Beat your TTOGO, snap and clap
game matchups, Calgary Flames game packs have it all. Choose from Canadian, Saturday, weekend, all-star, or value packs and get priority access to Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Secure your seats now at calgaryflames.com/tickets.
I don't know about you, Mick, but I'm super excited for some regular season battles of Alberta. In 2 of 3 seasons since the Flames and the Oilers met in the Stanley Cup playoffs for the first time in 31 years, they've only played 3 regular season games, which should never happen and is utterly ridiculous that it's happened 2 of the last 3 years. But this season, 4 regular season games between Calgary and Edmonton, including the season opener at Rogers Place on October 8th, and then a couple of games sandwiching the Christmas break as well. Back to the left point here, Stillman with a shot, blocked by Coronado. Correct, there's a body check in the near corner on Howard. And chops the puck ahead to Coronado, who delivers it to Kadri. Across the red line, lifted off the glass and in behind Janssen's net. Gritton chasing after it. F.A. Gritton playing on the left side of the top line, and Jonathan Huberdeau's spot alongside Nazem Kadri, Matt Coronado tonight. Someone with a shot, gobbled up by the goaltender Cooley, and he'll hold on.
Well, one guy who stood out to me in this game is Connor Zary, and a big question mark coming off of having not played since March the 27th against the Dallas Stars, but so far early to me, he looks like he's the same old Connor Zary, which is great to see. Has had some great carries through the neutral zone and driving the net hard with some good scoring chances.
13 goals and 27 points in 54 games last season. I thought he was really snaking. Prior to the knee injuries, plural, was one of the most dangerous Flames offensively. Missed 26 games with those knee injuries, 15 after colliding with the Ducks' Drew Hellison on January 7th, and then the final 11 after getting tangled up with the Stars' Mikko Rantanen on March 27th. Asked him at the end of last season if he learned any lessons from those 2 hits or collisions or whatever you want to call them, and he said, not really. Just believes it was bad luck. Tend to agree with him. It's Clattenburg in with a one-handed shot, easily sticked aside by Cooley. Now Hanzek will chip it ahead. Nice pass ahead to Kirkland. Kirkland, and up the left wing side, shoots, and Janssen gets just a piece of the puck. Deflects over the glass and into the netting.
Well, speaking of knee injuries, great to see Justin Kirkland. And he's only just over 9 months out of surgery, and typically ACLs can take up to a year to rehab and to get back to playing. And I've gone through it and been through that surgery. I know how hard it is to come back. So great to see him back. We all know how resilient he is, but this is no doubt a very important preseason for him as he battles for that 4th line center spot.
Flames didn't have a lot of luck with knees last season, did they? Nope. Justin Kirkland and don't forget Anthony Mantha, both lost for the season with non-contact knee injuries. And then Connor Zary injures his knees not once but twice. Here comes Suniev across the Oilers' blue line. Suniev backhands it in front. That pass is blocked, and now Morton shoots and just misses Janssen's net. Here's Hanley far boards. Hanley will back it up to the blue line to Basha. Plays it right point to Weegar. Weegar fakes a shot and now makes a pass, I think intended for Suniev, but he gets clobbered by Stillman along the end boards. Like interference, but no penalty call on the play as puck is picked up by Akey, and he'll send it out to center to Pitlick. Crosses the Flames line, drops to Hudson. Quinn Hudson, by the way, is the older brother of last season's Calder Trophy winner, Canadiens defenseman Lane Hudson. He's got some skill. We saw that in those next-gen games. Romano flutter the puck in behind the Oilers' net as we have passed the 8-minute mark of the second period here at the Dome. Flames are still down 1-0 in this preseason Battle of Alberta against the Oilers. Here's Backlund, right wing side to Parak. He returns it to the Flames captain. Backlund skates it across the Oilers' line, drops his left shoulder, and circles in behind Janssen's net. Now plays it left point to Bean. Bean, right point to Parak. Parak with a shot. Now it gets blocked. Parak now makes a pass to Backlund, who gives it right back to Parak, who shoots again. It's stopped. Coronado is shot, and he's robbed by Janssen. A few of the best chances the Flames have had tonight, Mick.
All thanks to the play of Zane Parak at the blue line.
He is dynamic, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly looked that way in his NHL debut in Game 82 against the Kings, and he's had some fun moments in this preseason game against the Oilers tonight. Back to the left point, Kulak across the line, and now Emerson has shot punched away by Cooley. As Flames try to clear but can't. Kapanen, who's got the game's only goal, though, gets checked by Zary, who knocks the puck into the neutral zone, and Akey will dump it back in as both teams start to change. Here is Calgary native Jake Bean. Middle of the ice, that pass misses, and we know icing call on the play is Janssen. Backhanded up the fireboards. Lazar and Cadry fight for it. Stromgren in to help his teammate, but the puck is picked up by Kapanen. And he'll cross center with it and backhanded in behind the Flames net as the Oilers start to change. G-check. Up wing side to Stromgren. Leaves it for Cadry. He plays it into the Oilers zone where Stillman takes over, makes a stretch pass ahead to Howard. Howard has his pass intercepted by Stromgren. He makes a nice pass. Good take there by Kadri, who kind of lost his balance trying to accept that pass. And he'll head to the bench as Stillman works it right wing side ahead to the former Flame Lazar. He gets it in deep. G-check with a big hit on Stillman on the end boards. Giving him the business as we had a battle forward in behind Cooley's net. It's past the 10-minute mark of the second period now, and it's still Edmonton 1 and Calgary nothing. Oilers are shooting the Flames 14-12 so far tonight. Puck centered in front off Anderson's skate. It trickles right to Cooley. And he'll hold on. And if you're wondering what's going on in the other game, yes, split squad games to start the preseason, as usual, between the Flames and the Oilers. So it's Edmonton 1, Calgary nothing here at Scotiabank Saddledome. Up the road at Rogers Place. Darnell Nurse open scoring, but the Flames get that goal back. Morgan Frost tying that hockey game up. So in Edmonton, the Flames and the Oilers are tied at 1. See if the Flames can tie the Oilers at 1 in this game when we come back. This is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet and Flames apps and on calgaryflames.com.
Just put those down. I can do it for you if you want. She doesn't like looking at me, so yeah, there we go. Okay, you can't see anything? You're good? All right. Here we go. Get ready to tape. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Kobe is doing something. I like what he's doing. Tristan has taken it down below where the camera can probably see him, but that's okay. You know what? They're both doing a great job. I don't think I could do this half as well with sight. Okay, we got about 8 seconds left. We're going to count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop taping. Okay, Kobe, you're good. Okay, let's see what we got here. Tristan, hold it up nice and proud. Okay, that looks like a weird mummy. There, we got that. Who thinks Tristan's tape job is the best? By applause, by cheering. There we go, Tristan. And Kobe, hold yours up proudly. Who thinks Kobe did the best job? Oh my goodness, without a doubt, Kobe, you just won this beautiful Chili Moose cooler from our friends at Chili Moose. Great job with your tape job. Let's hear for both our contestants, Kobe and Tristan, doing Grant's game show tonight. Great job, guys.
So far tonight, Devin Cooley has stopped 13 of 14 Oilers shots at the other end. Sam Janssen, all 12 Flame shots. Other than that goal, I think Cooley's been pretty sharp tonight. If there's any doubt, he'd like to have that one back, though.
Yeah, I think after that, and that's one of the biggest challenges for goaltenders, is when you give up a weak one, is to have a short-term memory and be able to move on really quickly. And I would agree with you. He's looked good since then.
Happened early in the game as well, so the fact that he's been able to put that behind him is a promising sign for both Devin Cooley and the Flames. Looking for a backup goaltender to Dustin Wolf, who, of course, will be here long-term, signing a 7-year extension at $7.5 million per. Deal looks good today, and I think it's going to look great. Battle for the puck beyond the Flames net. Played at the top of the near circle. Lepinen slide it into the corner where Uyghur's waiting for it. He'll lift it up in the air, but not out of the zone. Hudson's able to hold the puck in, but he gives it right back to Uyghur, and he'll flip it at the right wing side to Stromgren, who crosses center and bounces it off the boards to Honzek. It's held up by Brown, and running to the end boards is Szymanski, being attacked by a couple of Flames forecheckers, but gets away from Honzek and Stromgren. Leaves it for Brown, whose stick is lifted and the puck is stolen by Stromgren. Gives it to Bat Morton, who plays it right point. Uyghur a shot, and he just misses on the short side. Now Lepinen will lift it off the glass and to the Flames blue line. Hanley will work it right wing side to Uyghur. Slips the puck to Basham. He gives it to Suniev, who protects it and then loses it. The Oilers are cleared out. Now a foot race. Lewandowski and Bean after the puck, and Lewandowski falls as Bean will grab it and move it to Suniev, who drops to Parekh. Parekh, right wing boards to Basha. Basha returns the puck to Parekh, who fires it in front. Pass goes by a couple of teammates, and now a sharp angle shot by Morton's fought off by Janssen as Flames come up with it behind the net. Here's Suniev. Suniev will turn into the high slot. Suniev shoots off a body, and now Lewandowski will pick it up. And at the end of a shift, just one-handed into Flames territory. Parekh will grab it, bounce it off Morton's stick. The far boards to Bean. Bean gives it to Suniev, who chops it in behind the Oilers' net as the Flames start to change. Here's Coleman to Backlund with a one-time shot blocked by his former teammate Kulak, and now Coleman's got it. Plays it left point to Cicek, who dumps it in behind the Oilers' net. Zary in there on the forecheck. He's been around the puck all night. Zary battling along the near boards with Lewandowski. Rubin there as well as Zary protects it, slips it into the far corner. Cicek and off the left point. Nick Cicek in his Flames debut. I think he's been pretty impressive tonight, Mick. What do you think?
Yeah, he really has. Playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but super solid defensively and activating in the O-zone too.
Cicek into the near corner to Zary. And now high slot to Anderson with a shot, bouncing puck, and it's booted out of harm's way by Jones, but held in by Cicek. He gives it to Anderson at the blue line. Anderson, right point to Backlund. Captain crosses the blue line, holds it, now plays it high slot to Zary. Zary will drop it to Backlund. Flames trying to tie this thing up as Backlund leaves it near side for Cicek. Cicek to Zary. Zary out in front looking for Coleman on the slot. That pass gets broken up, and now Jones will take over and lift it up and out, but a good chip on the Flames in the offensive zone there, Mick.
Now, what I really liked was the movement, and expect to see more of that.
Got Zary back into it. Slips it into the far corner to Kadri. Kadri, up point to Hanley. Across the line to Uyghur. Uyghur glides in and shoots, and Janssen makes a blocker stop, and the puck deflects off that blocker, up over the glass, and out of play. Nazem Kadri coming off another 20-goal season, his seventh. As a matter of fact, he scored 24 more goals in 4 straight seasons. Led the team with a career-high 35 last season, his third career 30-goal season.
Well, and at the age of 34, it's just so impressive, and no doubt that he told us as such, just the extra motivation that he has. He's on the long list for Team Canada for that Olympic team, and he was asked if that provided extra motivation, and he said, HE double hockey sticks, yeah. So expecting a big season out of him again.
Here's Uyghur, who is on the short list. Mackenzie Uyghur, one of 13 defensemen to attend the Hockey Canada orientation camp ahead of the 2026 Olympic Games. Mick, you won 2 gold medals at the Olympics. What was your Olympic experience like?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, I don't think there's anything that can simulate that. It's amazing. And I know I chatted with him yesterday, and it's something that he doesn't want to focus on it too much, but he's keeping it in the back of his mind because he wants it real bad.
Should be a number of Flames representing their countries at the Olympics. See how the season starts before those teams get picked. Coronado leaves it for Kadri, banks it off the end boards, back to the right point to Uyghur. 6 minutes remaining in the second. The Flames still trail the Oilers 1-0 in this preseason game. Puck comes out. Uyghur will pick it up. Give it to Gritton. Makes a nice pass across to Coronado, kicks the puck to his stick. And now gives Emberson a piggyback ride and has to back it up to Bean at the Flames blue line. Bean knocks it out to the neutral zone. Lappin loses it. Coronado finds it, steps in and shoots. Good kick save. Rebound. Gritton centers, and puck gets cleared out of harm's way by Kapanen. And that ends up bouncing down the ice. But more good looks for the Flames as they try to tie this game at 1. Here's Kadri. Ahead to Honzek. Of course, he was the star of the preseason in 2024 for the Flames. Led the team with 7 preseason points. Gives the puck to Stromgren. He'll cruise in, protected from Phil. Circled in behind the Oilers' net. They play at right point to Parekh. Parekh shoots off the outside of the near goal post. And here's Kirkland now. Wearing Monahan's old number 23. They play at left point to Parekh. He's all over the ice. He'll slide it in behind the net to Honzek here. Honzek to Stromgren. Stromgren. Win a battle with Stillman. Does. Comes up with the puck and drops. Parekh winds and fires and has the shot blocked. And now Kirkland will battle and get it back for the Flames. Calgary all over Edmonton trying to tie this game at 1. There's Kirkland behind the Oilers' net. Flames changing in the fly is Kirkland. Stick handles and slides it far side to Honzek, who backs it up to the blue line to Bean. Bean, right point to Anderson. He'll give it back to Bean. Bean glides in and drops it back to Anderson, left point. Anderson across to Stromgren. The Oilers are tired. They need to make a change, but they can't get the puck out. As I say that, they do get the puck out, and Philp will pick it up and protect it. But now he gets clobbered. A big hit along the near boards by Suniev. Idar Suniev is a load. 6'2", 198 is what he's listed at, Mick. I think that's a little light. Szymanski across center, a possible 2-on-1 with Hudson. Szymanski shoots, clearly the save, big rebound. The puck is cleared out of harm's way by Basha. Anderson will take over behind the Flames net with now just under 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Edmonton out shooting Calgary 16-15. One shot the difference in this game here at Scotiabank Saddledome. A first period goal by Kasperi Kapanen, and it's still the Oilers 1 and the Flames nothing. Here's Kulak. Slided farboards to Emberson, who moves it rink wide to Pitlick, and he'll dump it in behind Cooley's net. Cicek looking for it at his feet. Finds it in the far corner as both teams change. And Cicek, in his 5th pro season, first with the Flames organization, has played in 16 career NHL games, all with the Sharks back in 2022-2023. There's Anderson now, out to center ice. Head to Backlund. To force a pass to Zary, but it bounces by him, and now Lewandowski gives it away to Zary, and he'll back it up into Flames territory to Anderson. Well, Rasmus Anderson, I think he'd be the first to tell you that last season wasn't his best season, but he still equaled his career high with 11 goals. Woman with a backhand that's blocked. Here comes Jones the other way. And most of last year in the AHL. Turns it over. Hager will float it down the ice, but that'll be an icing call on the Flames with now 2:35 to play in the second period, and the Oilers still up by 1.
Yeah, you mentioned Rasmus Anderson not being happy with his season last year, but in his media availability yesterday, he talked about going to the World Championships after and being the captain of that team, playing in a Worlds in his home country. His 80-year-old grandma was able to come watch him play for the first time in over 10 years.
Wow.
But he talked about just how much he learned there. It feels like he had a really good summer of training. He grew a lot and is ready coming into this 2025-2026 season.
Of course, he represented Sweden at the Four Nations face-off, got into a game there. Won bronze, the World Championships as the captain of the club. And it's a big year for Rasmus Anderson in more ways than one. Here's Weegar. Gives it away, gets it back, and gives it to Gritton. Sends it out to center to Coleman. Coleman will cross the red line, lift it up, and in. Right in on the goaltender, as a matter of fact. And we've got a goaltending change for the Oilers. Sam Jansson's night is over. Nathaniel Day now in between the pipes. 20-year-old native of Burlington, Ontario. Taken in the 6th round by the Oilers back in 2023. Was 26, 25, and 5 with a couple of shutouts, a 3.07 goals against average, and an .894 save percentage in 59 games with the Flint Firebirds last season. Mick, those don't sound like good numbers, but he was named the team's most valuable player. I think it probably says more about how bad the forwards and defensemen in front of him were last season.
Yeah, no doubt. And we had a chance to see him in the second prospects game here, and he's described as a very patient goaltender, but still adjusting to the pace of play. He talked about what a difference it is playing with NHL, AHL caliber players versus what he's used to. So a goaltender with quite a bit of potential, if you ask me.
Speaking of potential, there's Zane Parekh, wearing number 89 for now. Kind of floated it out there during media availability last week that number might not stick. Of course, that's a good number here in Calgary, 89.
Well, the Flames fan that I saw with the Parekh 89 jersey in warm-up will trade that in pretty quickly.
Yeah, you might have to swap that 8 for a 1, based on what I'm hearing. There's a shot, good one off the stick of Howard. Last season's Hobey Baker Award winner scored the golden goal for the United States at the World Junior Championships in 2024. Won gold with his country at the World Championships last spring. Finished tied for 3rd in the NCAA in goals with 26, 5th in the nation in points with 52, and only 37 games in his sophomore season with Michigan State University Spartans. And the guy who I think the Oilers had penciled in to start the season in the NHL, but they need to have a strong preseason to make that happen. We'll take a break with 1:42 to play in period number 2 here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary, where it's still the Oilers 1 and the Flames nothing. This is Calgary Flames Hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet and Flames app, and on CalgaryFlames.com. Free lifetime oil and filter changes under the tower at South Point Toyota. We do want to thank you for tuning in to Calgary Flames Hockey here on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. I'm Derek Wills alongside Megan Mickelson. Thank you to the rest of our broadcast crew, including our host, Pat Steinberg, our reporter, Logan Gordon, our in-arena board operator, Tim Khalil, our in-studio board op, Azam Alinanji, and our broadcast engineer, Evan Cody. A special thank you to Ryan Dietrich, who is one of the driving forces behind the chase, which is back. And if you didn't see last season, you can catch up on it now. And there is a new season of the chase being produced as we speak. And he also does a lot of work to get these preseason games streamed. So shout out to Dietz, somewhere in the bowels of the dome during this preseason game between the Flames and the Oilers. And we've got 6 more of these coming up between now and the start of the regular season when these two teams meet up at Rogers Place at Edmonton on October 8th.
Yeah, still quite a bit of time for the group to get tuned up and dialed in, but it feels like that's going to come pretty quickly. And I mean, even the preseason, you start off with 3 games in 4 days, and it's just going to fly by.
And the regular season starts the same way.
Yeah.
A back-to-back at Edmonton and then at Vancouver. 2 huge games to get the regular season started. Flames dump the puck in behind the Oilers' net. Trying to get this game tied up before the end of 40. Weegar will whack it in behind the net. Brown's waiting for it. He tries to clear but can't as Hanley holds it in and rims it around and up the near side to Basha. They give it to Suniev, who knocks it down low to Morton. Morton hit by Brown, but Suniev swoops in and picks up the puck. Spins into the far corner. Walks in behind the Oilers' net. Suniev so strong, and the puck will play at right point to Weegar. Weegar holds it, backs up along the blue line, and now shoots it off a body in front. And now Clattenburg will corral it and slide it ahead up the right wing side to Grube, who gets caught from behind by Suniev. Good shift by 36 in red. Now he gets wrestled down. Grube standing over him, and we've got a penalty call coming up, and we'll see who gets it.
Suniev's had a good game.
And
I've liked him.
Penalty on Jaden Grube, if that's the case, but no, I'll stand corrected. It is Idar Suniev who's going to make his way to the penalty box with just over half a minute remaining in the second period.
Yeah, I did a nice job of getting back and back checking, and it looked like he had body position and was just sort of continuing to fight for that position. But sometimes you grab on a little bit and you end up with a holding call. He was the one who went down on the ice, but
I can forgive a penalty for working hard. He's looked good tonight.
Side of the sea of red, and not sure I love it either. So Flames will head to the penalty kill. They are 1 for 1 on the PK in this game. In the other game, Flames have scored on special teams. So Darnell Nurse gave the Oilers a 1-0 lead. Morgan Frost tied the game about 3.5 minutes later. And then about 4 minutes after that, the other former Flyer, Joel Farabee, scores a power play goal. And the Flames lead the Oilers 2-1 up in Edmonton. The Oilers wanted the Flames nothing here in Calgary. 20 seconds left in the second as Lepidin shoots in his stop. Rebound near side, and Garaventi misses the net as Flames try to clear but can't. But Anderson will grab it, bounce it off a stick, and up the near boards to Coleman. And he'll shovel it out to center. Lepidin backs up into the Oilers zone and saucers a pass ahead to Lazar. He looks content to kill the clock, and that will do it for the second period here at the Dome. It is Edmonton 1 and Calgary nothing following 40 minutes here at Scotiabank Saddledome. Flames had some really good looks in that second period, though, Mick.
Yeah, and I thought both teams looked a lot faster just in terms of their transition and rush game, but the Flames in particular in the offensive zone, just working as a unit of 5, but really spreading out the zone as well. A ton of movement. Just need to get a couple more pucks to the net.
Apparently, it's 1-0 also in Edmonton, folks, for the
Wins and
Oilers.
losses don't really matter in the preseason, but
third periods
still
are
rather
interesting
win
for
than
us
lose.
Flames.
And
Just saying.
I do think that you can build some sort of momentum heading into the regular season. Now, if you have a really good preseason and you lose your first regular season game, I think that momentum goes right out the window. But Flames had a strong preseason in 2024, and that carried over into the regular season. They got off to a really good start. We all remember that incredible 6-5 come-from-behind victory over the Canucks in the season opener. And Mick, that quick start really did set the table for Flames playing meaningful games until game 81 last season.
Well, I think in the preseason, when you have success and then end up having a strong start, it means you've done a really good job of getting your team and your systems dialed in and that you're executing at a high level. So I would agree with you. You can definitely carry that momentum.
There's been some special teams play in this hockey game. The Flames are 2 for 2 on the penalty kill, although there's still a minute 29 remaining and an Idar Suniev penalty that will carry over from the second period to the third period. On the power play, the Flames do have a goal in the game up in Edmonton. As far as this game is concerned, the Flames might need a power play goal if they're going to tie this thing up in the third period. They're currently 0 for 3 with a man advantage. Their power play is built by Homes by Avi. It's time for a quickie. That's right. Homes by Avi has 40 quick possession homes ready to go. Visit homesbyavi.com/quickies. Looking forward to the third period, but before that, it's time for our Flames Talk second intermission as we send it to Pat Steinberg.
Okay, same score after 40 as we had after 20 as we continue along from the Scotiabank Saddledome. It is 1-0 Oilers on that early Kasperi-Kapanen goal. No scoring after that, and no scoring in the second period either. So it's 1-0 Oilers after 40. Flames Talk second intermission is underway. Pat Steinberg, Logan Gordon along with you. And I did think in that second period that the Flames started to take over. You know, when you take a look at the rosters and you see who's playing on either side, you would expect the Flames to be the team that should win this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look, it doesn't always go that way in the preseason. Different veterans are at different stages of their ramp up to the regular season. But in this case, yeah, you take a look at the roster, say, yeah, the Flames are icing the much more NHL laden roster than the Oilers are. And I did think in that second period that they started to control a whole lot more of what we were seeing.
Yeah, the ice felt tilted in the second period in terms of the Oilers being to our broadcast right and watching the amount of play that happened in there. It felt like time of possession. It felt like opportunities all went to the Flames side of things. It changed a little bit with that late Suniev penalty that gave the Oilers a little bit of time in the offensive zone. But past that, going through the 20 minutes in the second period there, Pat, I can't tell you a lot of offensive stretches that the Oilers had in the Calgary zone.
Just doing the quick tally right here. Flames were able to 5-on-5, 20-12 were shot attempts in that first period. Scoring chances 12-2, including 3-1 at high danger for the Flames. So definitely took things over in that period. And, you know, one of the big reasons why they were able to do that, I thought, was the play of Zane Parekh. I thought he was a little shaky at times in that first period, had some good moments with the puck and offensively, and some more whoa moments away from the puck and defensively. But in that second period, I thought Zane Parekh really had some, 2 or 3 offensive shifts where controlled the ice and looked more than comfortable being out there. So that was a really good sign as well.
That second period for Zane Parekh might have been more effective than he was all of training camp last year.
Yeah.
And that's just, he looked more comfortable. He looked like he knew what plays to make, where to go with the puck, and was willing to take those chances. He defended comfortably. The skating looked like it was there. That's exactly what you want to see from the Calgary Flames, is him starting to find his feet in the first period. He had a couple of those gaps that we talked about, but he really eliminated those and was able to use his skill set to affect the game in the way that you're expecting him to if you're Ryan Huska, because that's really what he's capable of doing. He is capable of changing, I think, time of possession and changing offensive pressure just by some of the plays that he makes. And we saw a glimpse of that in the second period.
He really, I mean, a couple of things that I've always noticed about Zane. He gets pucks through really, really well.
He sees lanes really well.
And does a great job of once seeing them like that puck finds its way there. Like the goalie, more often than not, has to make a stop if there's traffic, because Parekh does such a good job of getting pucks through. And he also does a nice job of looking off defenders, right? And he's able to look off a defender because he's got a shooting pose. And next thing you know, he's flinging it cross seam and gets it onto the stick of his defense partner or of another forward out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did that a couple of times in that second period. So definitely from a Flame standpoint, that was the type of period you were looking for Parekh. And now you just need to see a few more of those, and it'll just be that much more clear that this is a guy that needs to make the team out of camp.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to see more of it in the third period, and you want to see it continue into the rest of training camp. And as we get into a busy week of preseason games here for the Calgary Flames, when you see Zane Parekh out there, you want him to have that standard that he's comfortable in and do his best to maintain that. I think that's going to be the big next thing that we're looking for from Zane Parekh. Now that he really had a period here in the preseason where he shined, he kind of looked more like the guy that we saw in Game 82 in LA, just comfortable, relaxed, able to go out and make the kind of plays that make him successful.
Matt Coronado's looked good, hey?
Yes. Matt Coronado's looked very good.
Probably been their most impactful offensive player, I would suggest, here in this game. He's had the opportunities, hasn't been able to finish one yet, but he's looked really dynamic out there, which honestly at this point, this is training camp number 3 for Matt Coronado. And I'm not, I don't think you're surprised anymore, right?
No.
This is now what you're starting to expect from a guy who just signed a 7-year contract.
Yeah, well, for a guy that you look at as a core player, Pat, that's exactly what you want to see from Matt Coronado. You have that expectation. The organization obviously felt well enough about him to give him that long-term deal. Almost as soon as the summer started for the Calgary Flames, they went out and made that deal with Matt Coronado, and you and me talked about it. This is him really making his stamp as a core member of this team going forward. And in a game like this, where we've talked about, him playing with a top-line guy like Nazem Kadri and being one of the better NHLers in a split squad game, you need to stand out that way if you're Matt Coronado, and so far he has. I mean, at least 2 grade A chances, a couple others that were
natural stats
really close.
Has him with 2 high dangers on his stick.
Yeah, the forehand, backhand in the first, and then the one right out front here in the second. And but he's generated, I can't remember much time of that line spent in the defensive zone. They've kind of dominated offensive possession, and you like to see that. That's exactly what you want from a Matt Coronado.
I've got one name that's kind of jumped off the page to me that I've enjoyed watching, and I'll throw that at you in a second. But anybody, or do you want some time to think? Maybe that's a little bit more fair. I'll go with mine, and you can think about something.
Sure, why don't you? Yeah, let's do that.
I've actually, Mick had pinpointed Nick Cicek in the pregame show as a player she was really interested in watching. And I've really enjoyed him. He's been paired with Rasmus Andersson on the left side of that deep pairing. He's been poised. He's jumped up into the rush a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
He's looked strong defensively.
He drew the penalty.
They kind of signed him under the radar on July 1st. I mean, the big news for the Flames on July 1 was re-signing Hanley. Then they signed Prosvedov to the contract. So Nick Cicek was kind of under the radar, their third move they made on Canada Day. Didn't even play in North America last year. He was in the German league with Mannheim, and comes back to the North American ranks this year. And I think that the thought would be that he's going to be on the Wranglers to start, but I don't know if that is necessarily where it finishes, because at 25 years old, we're not talking about a quote unquote old guy. And also for a team that is generally pretty thin organizationally on the left side, there could be some opportunities. So, and Mick's been talking about Cicek since the beginning of training camp. So I've definitely been interested in that. And now in his first game action, he's been quite interesting to me.
Yeah, former captain in the WHL with the Portland Winterhawks. Actually has a fair amount of American Hockey League experience to his name. So the pro hockey game isn't one that's new to him. I agree with you. He stood out in a very positive way tonight in terms of Flames defensemen out here that maybe you weren't expecting. The left side's such an interesting one. You and me have had this conversation a couple of times about the left side and the opportunities that present itself for a number of Flames defensemen. If Cicek keeps playing like this, he's going to find himself in the mix for one of those left-handed spots for sure, because he was just all over, very effective, had a big check down in the defensive zone there, showed a little physicality. I like what he's done so far.
What about for you? Anybody that has jumped off the page?
More so in the first period than the second period, but I continue to be impressed by Sam Morton. I think there's a guy that is just working his tail off every time he's out there. I think he wants to make a big impression at this training camp. Now that he's been with the organization for a little bit, Pat, and understands what the ask is of him and what he needs to do to earn a job. I think that, going back to your first period or your first intermission interview with him, and he
Looks like third period's coming back on. Enjoy, friends. Signing out until after. So I tried to pick up Mama Cat to show you guys, but she, you know how cats are. They'll decide, right? Yeah. So anyways, she wasn't having it. Yeah, this Nick Cisick looks like the physical real deal we need on our defense, plus has some offensive ability. So he's going to get consideration, Maybe Parek's partner, just saying.
Comfortable in the way they want to play, but some good looks in the offensive zone, but just have to do a better job getting pucks to the middle of the ice, whether that's carrying it to the middle, passes to the middle, and then getting shots on net.
Why are you talking when we should be having play-by-play?
Short-handed. Idar Suniev sitting in the penalty box for a little bit more than 1 minute. The Oilers get their power play set up. There's Howard, top of the near circle. He slides it across, puck back to the line. Lepinin with a hard shot knocked down on the doorstep, and the Flames will clear the puck down the ice. Puck back to the line. Lepinin with a hard shot knocked down on the doorstep, and the Flames will clear the puck down the ice. Flames wearing their home red jerseys are moving from right to left on your radios in this third period. The Oilers with their road whites from left to right. Here they come. Lepinin flips it into the far corner and gets thumped along the end boards by Hanley. Puck held in right point by the goal scorer, Kapanen. Slides it in tight. Jones trying to whack and hack it in. Cooley holds his ground and keeps the puck out.
Well, what a nifty play by Max Jones walking off the goal line, and that's a very difficult play to defend if you're a defenseman in front of the net. And just a little feed from Kapanen down to the goal line, but then Max Jones just sort of backs in over the goal line and protects the puck really well. That's what makes it so hard, is you have a hard time as a defenseman trying to reach around him when he's protecting the puck that well. But Devin Cooley, you could tell he was ready for that one.
Hanley worked him over pretty good for going to his net like that. I like that. I love
goal
Hanley.
to get this game going. 24 seconds remaining in this Oilers power play. As Hanzek gets in there on the forecheck. Puck is pushed past him, but then bounces by Lewandowski at center, and that'll be an icing call on the Oilers.
And you have to give this Oilers roster some credit, obviously. Not as many, I would say, NHL or big names as I think any of us were expecting to head down here. We expected a couple more bodies from their regular roster, but they've done a nice job of defending really well and keeping the Flames to the outside for the most part.
Face off to Day's right. Flames winning it, a weak shot away, knocked down by Nathaniel Day, and now the Oilers will take over as Pitlick drops it behind his back to Akey. Skates it up the right wing side across center to the Flames line and chips it in and chases it. Breck gets there first. Breck being pressured by Akey and now Philp. Brings that battle for the puck and slides it up the near side ahead to Suniev, who's out of the box. Across the red line, now the Oilers blue line. Dump it in and chase it.
Suniev, nice dump, chases it in and is making something happen again. I love that about this guy.
Breck is intercepted by Lewandowski, who clears it down the ice as both teams start to change. There's Bean. Nice pass ahead to Coronado, who tries to drop to Gridden, but that pass gets broken up. Good stick there by the defenseman. And the puck sails over the glass and into the seats.
Yeah, Sonny, he can really drag the puck well.
Something he does really well is his
There's
gap
Matt
in the
Coronado.
neutral zone.
Man,
but,
that guy can
I
shoot.
mean, this is a really nice feed.
He
Finds
should have
Matt
been shooting
Coronado
there
in the
instead
middle
of
of the ice.
passing.
A nifty pass, finds a seam, and
He knew
now
it,
Matt
too.
Coronado looking up into the rafters, not happy with himself.
And then he pointed to himself after. You're Matt Coronado, and you're trying to decide whether to shoot the puck or pass the puck. I'd lean shot.
Oh, yeah.
More often than not. Best pure shooter on the team, as Ryan Huska told us last week. It's Kapanen. It's checked by Cicek. Gets it back. Tries a sharp angle shot. It's off the outside of Cooley's net. Ozar's battling for it down low. He gets tripped up by Gridden as the puck slides by Leppin to left point. It goes all the way down the ice, and both teams will start changing as we hit the 2.5-minute mark of the third period, with the Oilers still out in front of the Flames. 1-0 here in one half of a couple of split squad games going on between these two teams to start the preseason. Basha chasing it into the Oilers zone. Gets run into the end boards by Emberson. Suniev in there on the forecheck, being held down on the ice by Kulak. Flames really working hard down low to try to come up with the puck, but it's the Oilers who grab it, and Emberson will slide it up the head to Grube. Crosses the Flames line and shoots right into the flaming sea in the front of Cooley's jersey, and he'll grab the puck and hold it, at least hold it long enough to get a whistle.
Well, one area we've seen the Flames working on in practice more often than I would say we did in the preseason or at all during the season last year was their face-offs, and spending a pretty significant amount of time at the end of practices. And two guys who have done a nice job in the face-off circle tonight through two periods are Justin Kirkland, who was 73 or 70% in the face-off circle, and Sam Morton, 4-1, 80% in the face-off circle. So as they battle for that fourth line center position, doing a good job of winning face-offs.
Always important to win face-offs, but if you're a role player centering the fourth line, I think it's the little things that become bigger for you.
Well, a little thing like winning face-offs is, in my opinion, a very big thing, because it allows you to start with the puck and therefore possess it more, not have to chase it down and fight to get it back.
Sam Morton, who I like to call Morty, winning face-offs. This is a very good thing.
Pitlick and Szymanski, but the Oilers do keep the puck in the offensive zone. Bean battling for it. Wins a fight with Pitlick in the near corner. Bean clears it out. But bouncing off Hudson. Back into the Oilers zone. Akey working up the left wing side to Stillman. Tries to bank it by Backlund. The Flames captain knocks it down into the Oilers blue line, where Akey will pick it up, get to center, and shoot it in as both teams start changing again. Edmonton now is shooting Calgary 23-17 as the Oilers still lead the Flames 1-0 here at the Dome on this Sunday night.
Hockey's good every
Dynamic
night.
times tonight. Moving up the middle, ahead to Kirkland. Crosses the red line and works it left wing side to Stromgren. Slotted in behind the Oilers' net. Kirkland in there on the forecheck. It's held up along the end boards by Leppinen. Puck does squirt free for Stromgren, who's been around it tonight. And he ends up lifting it over the glass and into the netting. And we're talking about guys who might have a chance to steal a job from somebody and make this team. William Stromgren, going into his 5th pro season and his 3rd full season in North America, is a guy who's a pretty well-rounded player, Vic.
No, I remember being impressed with him in the preseason last year and thought that he made an impression even then. But, I mean, so far what we've seen from him is just that offensive skill set that he has. You can tell that he is very gifted, and just the way that he handles the puck, he's very smooth.
Good frame. Listed at 6'3", 175. There's no way he's only 175 pounds.
No.
No way. Here's Cicek trying to pull away from the forechecking Jarventi. He does, but now loses the puck to Phil. Lugs it up the left wing
Really
side. Centers it
digging
looking for
Cicek.
Jarventi, but ends up getting chopped over the glass and out of play as it doesn't go.
And
in
he's
the net.
not afraid to
Cicek
mix
does.
it up. Works hard.
Well, the nice
Went to the net
recovery
there.
on Cicek on that
Took
play
a-
as well to get back and just get
The
a
goal post to the
stick
face.
on
Make the
Jarventi
play.
and make sure that he didn't get a
Almost.
better look than he did. It was sort of a
thought he
last-ditch
did.
effort, and
But good
I
effort.
mean, a
man.
great
Yeah.
diving play and a stick. And sometimes as a defenseman, that's all you need to do is just get your stick on that puck a little bit. That's exactly what he does there.
Nick Cicek spent last season in the DEL with Adler Mannheim. Good depth
Cicek.
defenseman for the Flames organization.
He can
They've got a lot of them.
stick around. He'll be a great
Guys
wrangler.
who could definitely see some action with the big club this season. Akey fumbles the puck, recovers it, and slides it near side to Howard. Howard tries to go through a seam, but his pass is broken up by Stromgren, and now he'll lift it off the glass and out to center ice. Honzek can't get to it.
Cicek,
Really
good
will.
depth.
Turn back into his own territory and slide it up the fireboards to Uyghur, and he'll fire the puck in from center. Stromgren first on it, will knock it down low to Kirkland. Kirkland trying to play it right point to Uyghur. That pass is a weak one and broken up by Lazar, and now Kirkland will take over at his own blue line, protect it from the goal-getter Kapanen. Leave it for Hanley, who saucers it back to Kirkland. Kirkland hit, make a pass, and it ends up back on Hanley's stick. It's past the 5-minute mark of the 3rd period here at the Dome. Hard to believe that against this Oilers team, the Flames have yet to score a goal. But here comes Kadri. Up the left wing side, he tries a pass that ends up all the way out at center. The Flames will complete a change as Bean takes over. Ryan Huska told us this morning that he's been really impressed with Jake Bean, both physically and mentally, after a good offseason. And I think it's telling that they've got him paired with Zane Parekh. And Ryan Huska, when asked about it, said, you know, you got Bean who's a lefty and Parekh who's a righty, so that's one of the reasons why he paired them together. But also talked about Bean having a really strong offseason. And we're talking about two guys who are former first-round picks, and I think we're all wondering who's going to play with Zane Parekh, and Jake Bean gets that first opportunity to.
Yeah, and Ryan Huska saying that Jake Bean has earned the opportunity to play alongside Zane Parekh. And I mean, you like to see that, putting in the work in the offseason, but being able to work on his explosive power was the big thing. And he looks faster to me.
And a little stronger. Back to the right point. Emerson with a blast knocked down on the doorstep. And now Coronado comes up with the puck and pokes it ahead to Gridden. Gridden cuts to the middle. Tries to make a pass to Kadri that gets broken up, but Gridden gets it right back. He spins and has a pass knocked away by Pitlick. And Pitlick will pick it up across the Flames line where he stood up by Cicek. As Anderson will leave it behind for Cicek. Nick Cicek playing on a pairing with Rasmus Anderson in a spot that's normally occupied by Kevin Ball, who is playing for the Flames up at Edmonton tonight. Suniev across the Oilers line. Suniev, right wing side to Anderson with a sharp angle shot right into the gut of the goaltender Day. We will hold on and we'll take a timeout. We're at 13:32 to play in period number 3 here at Scotiabank Saddledome. This is one of 2 games between the Flames and the Oilers on this Sunday up at Rogers Place in Edmonton. It's 2-2 early in the 3rd. Here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary, it's still the Oilers 1 and the Flames nothing. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet and Flames apps and on CalgaryFlames.com.
You know, I've been walking around the dome all night. I think the loudest fans in the building are right here in section 225, 226. That's why Harvey the Hound has brought his Petfinity loot launcher to reward you guys for being so loud tonight. If you make some noise and get even louder, Harvey might just send you a shirt. So Sea of Red, let's hear ya!
On your home of the Flames, Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
The Calgary Flames hockey is back. Be inside the Sea of Red for the home opener on Saturday, October 11th at 2 p.m. versus the St. Louis Blues. Be sure to arrive early to cheer on the Flames players as they walk the red carpet outside of Scotiabank Saddledome before the game. Secure your seats at calgaryflames.com/tickets.
No Flames goals in this game, at least not yet, but a couple up QE2. Morgan Frost from Dryden Hunt, and the winner of fitness testing, Ryan Lomberg, and we got a great tidbit from Ryan Huska on him. I'll share with you in just a moment. The other goal, Joel Farabee on the power play from Rory Cairns and Daniil Miramanov. Stillman back to get it in the Oilers zone. Will fire it up the far side off the stick of Anderson. And it'll bounce back into Flames territory where Cicek touches up and the puck got knocked down with a high stick. So Ryan Huska, when we chatted with him this morning, Mick, told us that Ryan Lomberg hired a couple of coaches during the offseason. A sprinting coach and a boxing coach.
Yeah. The sprinting coach didn't surprise me throughout, I would say, the majority of my career. I worked with a track coach, one of them being the coach of Bobsled Canada. So I worked with the bobsledders. So it was strictly a sprinting coach. And obviously Ryan Lomberg wanting to get faster and be better when he is called upon to drop the mitts. So expect to see that in his game again this season with the work he put in.
The other thing that Huska said about Lomberg that somewhat surprised me at least was that in a straight line, he thinks he's the fastest skater on the team.
Yeah.
Be faster after that off-season training with a sprinter coach. And
Ryan Lomberg can fly.
He already was, but we'll see. Here's Lazar out in front looking for Howard. Misses him with a pass. Zeri will scoop it up. Bounce it off of Kapanen, who's got the game's only goal, and out to the neutral zone. Now Howard will shoot it in. Cooley stops it and sets it up for Weegar as both teams change. And as we approach the 8-minute mark of the third period here at the Dome, where it's still Edmonton 1 and Calgary 0. Lewandowski, the right wing side, ahead to Clattenburg. Clattenburg trying to throw it in front to Groove, but then there's a bouncing by him. Coronado wins a fight for the puck, chips it out, and catches up to it at center. Coronado misses Kadri with a pass, though, went behind him. And now Clattenburg will take over and leave it behind for Kulak. Gives the puck to Emberson. He'll lug it to the red line and dump it in behind Cooley's net. Barak trying to settle down the bouncing puck, can't. He's battling with Grube for it as Kadri grabs it and whips it out in front dangerously. Puck was right across the crease, and Gridley gives it away. Clattenburg shoots and scores. Tough turnover, and Connor Clattenburg's in the right place at the right time.
Could have been anybody other than that trick.
Devin Cooley's net.
Hurt a couple of our players last game in a meaningless game.
An outlet up the middle.
I'm
of the
surprised
ice.
he hasn't had a reckoning
yet.
I bet you it'll happen.
Especially when you're under pressure. So throws it up the middle of the ice, and Clattenburg with some really good positioning and anticipation, and then just an absolute rocket of a shot, but not a play Ridden will be happy with.
Connor Clattenburg was the captain of the Flint Firebirds last season. His stat line, 16 goals, 35 points, 108 penalty minutes in 46 games. Not surprising if you watch those next-gen games, Mick, because he spent most of them in the penalty box. Fight for the puck inside of Flames territory, and it's picked up by the Oilers' Hudson. Gets it in deep. Anderson lets it slide by, and Cicek will lift it up off the glove of Honzek and into the Oilers' zone. Here's Akey, right wing side to Hudson. Crosses the red line, and now the Flames blue line. Works at right wing boards over to Szymanski. Flips it behind Cooley's net where Anderson's waiting for it. He'll give it to Stromberg, who quickly taps the puck to Kirkland. Kirkland across the Oilers line. Loses the puck and Pitlick finds it. Now he turns it over as it crosses into Flames territory. And Uyghur's going to work it left wing side to Hanley. Here's that second Oilers goal.
Unassisted at 8:18. Plattenberg unassisted at 8:18.
It's 2-0 Edmonton. Brown will chip the puck in and chase after it. But Oilers get called for icing on the play.
Well, something Mackenzie Uyghur mentioned when I talked to him yesterday as well as an area of his game that he wants to improve upon and do better was turning the puck over less. He felt like that was one of the reasons why he was left off of the Four Nations face-off roster. So an area of his game that he's trying to execute a little bit better is not turning.
Team and finished 16th in the league, playing 24 minutes and 10 seconds a game last season. And when you're a team that sometimes struggles to score and you're trying to get some offense from your defense, whether that be a good first pass or a goal or an assist or whatever, you're going to make mistakes. But boy, did he have a strong season.
Oh, yeah.
Suniak twisting and turning and now shooting. And that shot deflects off of Phil, up over the glass and out of play with 10:15 left in the third period. Coming to you from our fantastic vantage point up here at the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota. Don't wait to make the switch. Get free winter tires and free lifetime oil and filter changes. Only at Calgary's #1 volume Toyota dealer, South Point Toyota. Face-off coming up to Nathaniel Day's right. He took over for Sam Janssen in the second period. And the two Oilers goaltenders have been perfect so far tonight. That's my attempt at a reverse jinx, Rick, as the Flames try to get on the scoreboard. It's funny because these two teams, not the two teams we're seeing player for player, but these two teams, the Flames and the Oilers, played in a couple of next-gen games last weekend. It's a total of 20 goals scored, 11 of them by the Flames, and 6-5 and 5-4 wins. Used up all their goals in those two games, I guess.
A little more defense in this one for sure.
Blake Holman taking down Ty Emberson awkwardly. Emberson back on his feet. Appears to be okay as puck is slid deep into the Flame zone, and Parak will go back to get it. Parak crosses his blue line, gets to the red line, and bounces it off the boards to Kadri. Flips it in behind the Oilers net. Cordato will chase after it. He's beaten there by Lappinen. Lappinen bounce it off Lewandowski's stick and in behind Cooley's net. And Britton will go back to get it. Britton gets rid of it. And now Cicek tries to clear it. Puck is knocked down and held in by Clattenburg, and we've got a fight. Connor Clattenburg and Nick Cicek have dropped the gloves.
Did I call that? Oh, boy. Let's go, Nick.
Sizing each other up just inside of the Flames' blue line. Now they engage. No punches thrown yet. Cicek trying to get that right arm loose. Now comes over the top with a couple of right hands. Clattenburg responding with some short rights. They spin each other around.
One Nick. Uppercut.
And Cicek trying to get noticed. Two top customers going at it here. Not a lot of punches being thrown. They're holding on for dear life, Mick.
Wrestling,
now Clattenburg with a right.
Two big
Cicek
boys.
all tangled up, and the linesman will step
Another
in there.
time, friend. We'll throw some. But
Well,
yeah,
that was a great fight.
good job.
All the guys on both benches on their feet, obviously, but
Well done, Nick.
both guys got their arms tied up a little bit. But
Cicek.
how about Nick
Cicek?
Cicek? I mean, he's been super impressive in this game. Jumping up in the play offensively, solid defensively, and now dropping the mitts and a great fight against a really tough guy in Clattenburg.
In my pregame hit with Pat, I talked about the Flames having 8 NHL defensemen. Hanley and Uyghur, Ball and Anderson, Vina Bahal, Miramanov, Bahal. And you could argue that Kuznetsov and Solovyov and Verstavich would like to get into that mix. The one guy who I didn't mention was Cicek.
I talked about him.
Yeah.
I think he could steal a spot.
Well, it's going to be interesting because I'm not sure that there's really a spot to steal, but who knows what happens between now and October 8th. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll hope to see the Flames score a goal. They haven't scored one in this hockey game yet. 9:09 to play in period at number 3. Kasperi Kapanen scored in the first.
Well, this has been an interesting game so far. We're behind, but, there's been some some standouts. This Nick Cicek or Chichik, I'm not sure which, but I'm hearing both. Anyways, he's played a good game. Physical, willing to go, throws hits, good defensively, and Perex looked good. He got caught a couple times getting cocky in the NHL there without understanding the pace. Was just a little bit ahead of him a couple times, but really seemed to have adjusted through the game. It'd be interesting to see what happens in the third. Oh, we got some headbangers, some redheads in the crowd with long hair giving us the headbang shuffle. Beastie Boys, I guess. I don't know. It's not the right to party. Anyways, enjoy the game when we get back there. And kudos, all this has been fun. We can't do the music because of copyright, so I'm always cutting it out.
Homes, the better way to build.
Gave Ryan Dietrich a shout out earlier this evening for all of his hard work on the chase and putting these preseason games on a stream for Flames fans. He just texted me after that fight to tell me that Nick Cicek is mic'd up tonight. How exciting is that? He's, I think, been one of the more impactful players in this hockey game, and we're looking forward to that episode of The Chase coming up soon on CalgaryFlames.com. 2-0 Oilers with 8:30 to play in the third period. Flames trying to get on the scoreboard. On paper, they've got a much
29 for the Flames. Just took a real dirty hit.
As you pointed out earlier, you have to give Edmonton credit. Talent-wise, it's not
away
close,
from the
but
puck.
Oilers played
Elbow.
a good road game tonight. Here's Aki left point. Stillman winds, fires, and scores. Riley Stillman with a rocket from the left point. Picks the top corner and gives the Oilers a 3-0 lead.
Well, Devin Cooley not happy and having some words with the ref and had lost his stick, and I think he was insinuating it was knocked out of his hands by Connor Clattenburg, who was that's Noah Philp standing right on top of him. So felt like he was maybe interfered with a little bit, didn't have his stick and wasn't quite set because Clattenburg was all over him, and that point shot goes right in. Sorry, Philp.
Getting a look at the replay up on the Sportsnet scoreboard. I'm not sure the Flames have a case there.
No. But that's what he was, you could tell that's what he was arguing.
Philp was at the edge of the crease, but didn't look like there was a lot of contact. And now the Flames are in a 3-goal hole. The top line out there, trying to make it a 2-goal game. Here's Coronado. He's pressured by Jones, loses it. Kadri finds it, but now Szymanski takes it away from him and spins away from Coronado and backs it up. As the Oilers will break out with it. Szymanski gets across center, shoots it right in on Cooley, blockers the puck away, and Coronado tries to chop it out if he can. Is Kapanen, who opens scoring, grabs it, gives it to Szymanski. Szymanski will play it left point to Kulak, who shoots, and Cooley makes a blocker stop. Here's Gridden. Head to Coronado, kicks the puck to Backlund. Flames captain will flip it in behind the Oilers net. Kulak hustles back to get it. Leaves it in the near quarter for Emberson. Emberson bounces it off a skate and out. And now Anderson will take over, give it to Backlund, who tries to play it back in. Puck ends up bouncing around at the Oilers' blue line, though, and things will back off as Emberson takes a bank pass that bounces behind Howard, and Flames will take over in their own territory. From Zeri out to center, he crosses the red line, and now the Oilers' blue line. Leaves it for Backlund. Backlund trying to give it back to Zeri, but the puck ends up deflecting all the way back to the right point where Coleman holds it in. Coleman with a slap shot tipped by Backlund, and that one didn't miss by much. And now Hanley centers it right across the crease and out the far side. Runners will clear it out. Kapanen jumps up, steps in, winds and fires, but a good stick by Anderson deflects the puck over the glass and out of play.
Well, that's something I know everyone's keeping a close eye on is the battle for that goaltending backup. We talked about it a little bit earlier, and Cooley facing 28 shots here so far, and Prosvetov up the highway, he's got his hands full too with 28 shots. So that's something that, I mean, these guys, there's not a lot of time to prove that you're the one who deserves that spot.
I'm actually wondering what the Flames are going to do to start the season. They've got that back-to-back in Edmonton on the 8th and then in Vancouver on the 9th. Does Dustin Wolf get both games, or does he get the first one and one of the backups get the second one?
I would say Wolf gets the first and a backup gets the second, because the game on Saturday then is at 2:00.
The home opener.
Yep. That throws a wrinkle in plans if you're wanting to go Wolf all three.
That's like 3 and 3.5 to
no.
start the season.
No.
That's a lot. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Dustin Wolf probably starts against the Oilers, and then it'll be either Devin Cooley or Ivan Prosvetov against the Canucks, and then probably, definitely back to Wolf for the home opener. And that home and opener will be on the 11th. Looking forward to that game against the St. Louis Blues. Of course, when you think about the Flames missing the playoffs last season with 96 points, tied for most points by a non-playoff team in NHL history, two things come to mind for me, Mick. The Blues' 12-game winning streak. They just kept finding ways. And then the Wild, scoring with their goaltender on the bench and an extra attacker on the ice in, 21 seconds left in the third period of their 82nd and final game, pick up the point they needed and mathematically eliminate the Flames. I don't think Ryan Huska is going to have a hard time convincing his team that every point matters this season.
Yeah, and he's already talked about it, every single point. What also sticks out to me from last season was that 2-game road trip, the 2 games in a row in St. Louis, where they lost both games. That hurt them.
Played well.
Justin Kirkland has been good at center tonight, too.
Here's Bean, right wing side to Morton. Ahead to Suniev. Suniev hit hard at the blue line. Does a good job staying on his feet after that hit from Stillman. As Akey will drop it and now get it back. Akey gives it away to Parak, who overskates it. Puck comes free at the Flames blue line, though, and Suniev will scoop it up, make a hard pass ahead to Basha. Here comes the Calgary kid. Basha protects the puck and turns and slides it near quarter to Suniev. Suniev held up by Akey, moves it behind the net. Here's Morton, right point to Anderson. Anderson stick handling, fire it in behind the Oilers net. Puck ricochets off the inboards. Morton chases after it. So does Suniev. Morton battling for it. Wins a fight for the puck with Szymanski near boards and plays it left point to Parak, who just holds it in and returns it to Morton, who rims it around to the far side to Anderson, who's in off the right point.
Morton's had a strong game.
Bashu shoots.
Stronger in
a couple
two.
of sticks and wide. Here's Parak. In behind the net to Morton. It's spun off the puck by Stillman. Gets it back and flips it near side to Parak, who tries a shot, but has it blocked by Hudson. Parak pinching in, trying to help the Flames get something going offensively. It's been tough on them tonight. They had some good chances in the second period and couldn't score. The Oilers with 1 goal in the first and now 2 goals in the third have a 3-0 lead tonight. Here's Uyghur. A long-distance shot, stopped, and played by the goaltender, Day, and Kulak working up the left wing side. Ahead to Jones, gets to the Flames line and flips it into the near corner. And they'll settle it down and backhanded up the far boards by Gridden and out. Now Phil picks it up, waits for his teammate to get back on side and shoots it right back in. Jones chasing after it, overskates it. Gridden will grab it, spin out to the neutral zone and make a nice pass ahead to Uyghur, who jumps up into the rush. Uyghur weaves his way in and gives it to Kadri, who drops it. Coronado, high slot, tries a shot, blocked by Jones, who, after taking one for the team, is shaking his left hand. That one stung him. Gridden with a shot wide of Day's net. Jones sucking it up, gives it away to Gridden. Gridden gives it to Kadri, who tries a shot and can't get good wood on it. Now, Flames are back off after a dangerous shift. Just under 4 minutes to play in the third period. Edmonton out shooting Calgary 28-19, and it's the Oilers 3 and the Flames nothing. Howard will chip the puck in and chase it. Oilers get called for icing. An update on the Alberta Ford Dealers out-of-town scoreboard. No change up at Rogers Place in Edmonton. 7:16 to go in the third period. Nurse and Petrov have scored for the home team. Frost and Farabee, the former Flyers, for the visitors, and the Flames and the Oilers are still tied at 2.
Now, we talked about the importance of the team carrying the momentum from the preseason into the regular season, but for two guys like Morgan Frost and Joel Farabee, who fought it last year after coming in, you give them credit. It's a tough move to make coming into a new team, but to score a couple early on has to feel good.
I can't wait to see those two guys this season. So happy to be here in Calgary. So excited to get a fresh start with the Flames. And it's never easy to move to a new team and to a new city midway through the season. Now that they're settled, I think they can become pretty impactful players for the Flames in their first full season here in Calgary.
I agree.
They got a deep forward group, don't they, Mick?
Yeah, very much. And a lot of skill up there, too.
There's Lazar lighting it up the right wing side. He drops. Now Leppinen up in the rush. Waits for his teammates to complete a change. Slides the puck in behind the net. And now Lazar tries to walk in front. He gets a weak backhand off that squirts wide to the far corner. G-check lifts it up and out. And when I say out, I mean out of play. Now 2:39 left in period number 3. What's up next for the Flames, Mick?
Well, the Calgary Flames will return to Scotiabank Saddledome and to Sportsnet 960 The Fan on Tuesday for a pregame season showdown with the Seattle Kraken. Live from the Hot Stove Lounge, Pat will host Flames warm-up at 6 p.m. before Derek and I take over the call of the game from the Peter Maher Radio broadcast booth, sponsored by South Point Toyota at 7.
Well, you can't win or lose the Stanley Cup on September 21st.
It's been a good game, you guys. Enjoying this.
In June, either the last
Welcome,
couple of years,
everybody.
back-to-back
Hope you're having
Western
fun.
Conference championships. So we'll try to get to a third straight Stanley Cup final and hope not to play the Panthers again this season. But it's been a fun hockey game here at the Dome, maybe more so for the Oilers than for the Flames. It is Edmonton 3 and Calgary nothing. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, streaming on the Sportsnet and Flames apps and on CalgaryFlames.com.
It's whatever you like. Turn this opposite into a club. I'm talking drink, dance, smoke, freak, party all night. Come back, go, what's up? Oh. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
Hey, so now you know the game. Are you ready? Cause I'm coming to get you. Hold on, I'm on my way.
Hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up.
I should have been muting that sooner.
For the Christmas break, and then the first of 2 here in Calgary on December 27th. First game after the Christmas. Knocks it into the near corner. Lewandowski being worked over by Cicek. Going to stand out for the Flames tonight. Lewandowski all tangled up with Kirkland as the puck comes free. Klattenberg centers it in front. Group trying to get a shot off, can't settle the puck down, and now the Oilers are called for making a hand pass. Of course, the big story in Edmonton right now is Connor McDavid. Not because of what he's doing on the ice, but because of what he's not doing off the ice. And Mick, the longer that drags on, the more you have to wonder if he's planning to sign an extension with the Oilers, or if he might test free agency. Could you imagine having and losing Wayne Gretzky and then Connor McDavid?
No.
Oilers fans must be terrified of that happening.
Well, you have to think that would be a big distraction for the team as well. As much as you try to let it not be, it has to be a little bit.
Correct with a shot steered aside by Day. We're into the final 2 minutes of the third period now. The Flames need squirts out in front of the net. Basha tries to drop, but his pass gets picked off, and the Oilers will clear the puck out. Bean dumps it back in from center. They will set it up in behind the net. Emberson give the puck to Howard. Howard weaves his way in, chases it behind the net, picks it up in the near corner, tries to make a pass to Philp. It's broken up by Bean, and now Howard does center it in front, but it bounces by Hudson, and here comes Coronado the other way. Crosses the red line, chips it in and chases it. It's held up by the much bigger Brown, who wraps him up in the near corner. As Philp will take over behind Day's net with now a minute remaining in the third period. And the Oilers up by 3. Comes Leppinen across the Flames line. Leppinen through some traffic, tries a shot and has it blocked. Jones tries to get there, but is bowled over by Uyghur. Pushes him over the back of Coronado. Now Kadri with a giveaway. Philp a shot. Cooley knocks the puck down and covers it up and hangs on.
Maybe a few too many turnovers for the Flames in this third period, and kind of where things took a bit of a turn was the second goal for the Oilers by Clattenburg, and an area of their game that they're going to want to make sure that they're dialed in on is their plays out of the defensive zone. It's a lot harder when you haven't played with guys, you're not used to playing with players and where they'll be and whatnot.
Puck throw towards the Flames net. Cooley trying to squeeze it up along the far post does, and now some pushing and shoving after the whistle, and to the surprise of absolutely nobody, Connor Clattenburg's in the middle of it.
Well, Nick Chicha, too.
Oh, yeah, there he is. The backman, Blake Coleman involved as well. You know, it's a meaningless preseason game, but you just have to be at least a little bit frustrated that they're behind by 3 and haven't been able to score a goal tonight. Still competitors.
No, I think at the end of the day, I mean, whenever the Flames play the Oilers, they're going to be intense games. As soon as anything happens, they're going to jump all over each other. But, I mean, as professional athletes, you never want to lose. I can tell you that much. They're probably competitive in pretty much everything they do.
7 seconds left in the third period, likely in the hockey game.
This has been a great game, you guys. Thanks all for coming.
Cooley's right.
Wrong team won, but preseason, who cares? I saw a few things I liked.
Got to make a rink wide pass for back.
Correct.
Broke it up by
Morty.
Zeri and Szymanski battle for it along the boards. Clattenburg and Stillman in there. We're down to 20 seconds to go in this hockey game.
Kirkland a bit. Looked good.
And speaking up, as Perek plays it up the right wing side to Coleman.
Strongren.
Back of the Oilers blue line. Perek will
had a strong night. That's the best game I've seen him play.
Left wing side to Backlund. Flames captain will dump it in as a couple of seconds come off the clock, and that will do it for this split squad game here at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary. The Oilers get goals from Kasperi Kapanen, Connor Clattenburg, and Riley Stillman, and a shared shutout for Sam Johnson and Nathaniel Day. As Edmonton defeats Calgary in this preseason battle of Alberta by a final score.
Gonna lay down some spit there. Clattenburg. He's spit in his general direction.
Here's tonight's final scoring.
It's been fun, you guys.
Edmonton Oilers 3, Calgary 0. Shots on goal in the third period. 4 for the Flames and 11 for Edmonton. Edmonton's second goal, Connor Clattenburg, his first of the preseason, unassisted at 8:18. And Edmonton's third goal tonight, Riley Stillman from Bo Aki and Noah Philp at 11:47. All right, Flames fans, here are tonight's Sportsnet 3 stars of the game, as selected by Pat Steinberg from Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Third star tonight from the Edmonton Oilers, number 48, Noah Philp. Second star tonight from your Calgary Flames, number 27, Matt Coronado.
Well, that was nice of them to give him that one.
And the third star tonight, the Edmonton Oilers, number 64, Connor Clattenburg.
Oh no, not Clattenburg.
Well,
he still needs the
the
information
from
from
him. To be part of the Sea of Red. Calgary Flames back under the dome Tuesday, September 23rd, when we take on the Seattle Kraken. Puck drop is 7 o'clock. On behalf of all of us here at the Calgary Flames, my name is Beasley saying so long, enjoy your evening, and please drive home safely. We'll see you next time.
Really glad you guys could join us here, and just, hey, it's been a while since we had any hockey, just saying. Clattenburg won't even become Lance Boom at 2.0, said Murray. Well, no. Oh, and do you remember who was on feed going on? So the next time Maceo's in town playing for the Flames, I hope we run into the Clattenburg. He's as it was, he threw some pretty good hits in those first two tilts. I mean, it was prospects, but still, he showed some real skill. I mean, even out there on the power play, walking the line, showing he can be a offensive force as a D-man. I thought that was amazing, actually. I saw him do it in junior, but to do it here with this level guys, that really said something about it. He's a growing kid. He's got, that's a big body. What is he now? 6'8", 230 or something like that. It's crazy. We got some great young prospects coming up. Welcome all. I'm going to close this out in prayer so we can get us all sent home safe. Heavenly Father God, I'm so thankful for this time with friends to enjoy some God-given talent out there, Lord, entertaining us, and that we can be thankful for that as you gave it. And Lord, we ask you to, as everybody heads out of here, that you would just watch us and bless us and keep us all, and bless us all in the Holy Spirit and in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thanks for coming, everybody. You take care. Finishing on 23. I like that. You see my shirt? 23 peeps in the house. Love you guys. Take care.